What's going on, guys? This is the War Chariot, and we're back with episode 25 in our Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin walkthrough. We just talked to Creighton, lit the bonfire, everything's gooch with that. We are going to quick sprint past all these guys, if we can, to the boss fight. Now, there's really nothing special about this boss. There's no one we have to summon for, no chains or quests attached to it. I think we get a ring, NG+. It's like a spell quartz ring or something like that. Or blue clear stone or something like that. But that's not till NG+. Right now we are trying to get to Iron King. That's the ultimate goal here. Merciless Rowena, that NPC invader that invaded us in the last video, usually invades right here. But they changed that, and I'm glad they did, because it was annoying fighting her on that ledge, especially with enemies following behind. Now, I'd say this is probably in contention for one of the easiest bosses in the game. I'd say it's probably top 3, because you can do that. And then the skeletons that spawn, like that attack I just got hit with was the heavy attack. And it did nothing. Now you gotta be careful you don't get surrounded by all these skeletons. But as you can see, if you can get them all in one big loop there, you pretty much one-shot them all. Unless they have their shields up, then you pretty much like do 9/10 of their health. What's really good for this fight is Alluring Skulls. If you're not careful, the damage can build up. Like, as you can see, those rapier pokes aren't even hitting for yellow damage. Alright, I know like NG plus 4 or 5 this fight can become a bit of a challenge if you're not good at managing groups of enemies. Yep, and that's the fight. Would that take a minute? The bone wheels, when I first saw bone wheels back in my first playthrough, I was like, holy shit, 50 Shades of Tomb of Giants. Bone wheel, city, hellish area, but those bone wheels, a bone wheel, it used to be, they had amazing tracking, they did a lot of damage, and when they hit you, they stuck to you. And they basically just shredded through your shield, then shredded through your health. But now they hit you, they shred through your shield, and that's it. Or they'll shred through a little bit of your health. If you're very weak, they can kill you. But point is, they used to be a lot worse than they are now. And I'm glad that they nerfed them, because dying to bone wheels was one of the most annoying things that could happen to you. So this is the bridge that takes us from Huntsman's over to Harvest Valley, where we continue the next stage here of our walkthrough. See, this is Poison City coming up here. Like, this is like, this little section of the game I've been going through lately is basically like where it really sucks to not have high adaptability. But we meet Stone Trader Shalone here, which is cool, because she eventually will be our one-stop shop for anything Titanite.
I'm Chloanne. I travel about collecting wares. I never planned to visit this god, but I don't know. I must have just wandered in. But now that I'm here, don't. Many of these have extra. I came here and said the place is nothing. Don't just go. These stones may look. Some of them are used. Some of them are extremely. None of the differences. Drang Lake How is it that I end? It's funny. I've searched every nook. Perhaps we'll meet again. I've searched perhaps.
So that's all her dialogue. She sells nothing really right now. Some shards and aesthetic. Soul appease and dead again. Later in the game, after you beat a boss named Veldstadt, she will sell pretty much anything you need, from any type of stones to imbue weapons, dragon bones, twinkly, and all types of shards, including a slab or two. As long as the aesthetic there, in case you want to dupe souls later on for PvP purposes. I'm probably going to cut the video here, just not to mix that boss fight with this, just to keep it easier to follow the builds on the, or not the builds, but the series on the channel. So I'm gonna end this video here. Next video will be going through that area down there, spending some time picking up all of them soul packets, killing that guy, killing all the guys you see crawling around, using a ton of poison moss, having a bunch of fun. Go through the Harvest Valley all the way up to the first bonfire in that tower there, where we will continue on and eventually fight Mytha, Baneful Queen, and then we'll be just outside of Iron Keep, which is where the Iron King resides, and that'll be that. So thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next